coming south instead of north, escaping. They probably hid in these valleys. Oh, I love it. We're in Bernie Park, and you can see the magnolia trees. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at this twisted one here. Just gorgeous. This is, of course, Amelia Island, and we have the $2 billion resort. Amelia Island is on this end. Black people used to own that land. It was called Franklin Town. And by devious means, they understated the value of the land, and black people sold it for little or nothing. And on the north end, we have Summer Beach, another $1 billion resort. And here we are in the middle, defying all laws of economics.
Amelia Island Plantation was started by the Sea Pines Company back in the very early 70s. And the visionary for the Sea Pines Company was a gentleman named Charles E. Frazier, who was the developer of Hilton Head Island. Union Carbide owned all of the south end of Amelia Island, and except for the little enclave of American Beach. If you go down the coast of Florida, you will notice that most of the barrier islands south of Talbot Island are devoid of trees. One of the reasons for that is because way back in the, I guess, the 20s and the 30s, titanium, being a very rare metal, was not available, and it's in the soil, and they would mine the barrier islands, just strip mine them for the titanium content of the soil.
They told us that they were working for the government. And when we found out they wasn't working for no government, they was just working for the South. And that the government sent them to check up on the place and mine the place to get the minerals and other things off the property so it could help during the wartime.
And they dug this deep hole way down the ground. And it was cold, raining. And we stayed up there with them. There was a man and a woman. Mr. Rob, his name. And when we got through, they said they find minerals. And so they were very happy. Middle of the night. And then they said they were trying to find minerals.
This island was up the road a little bit too far. They never got to it. It was no longer profitable to mine titanium that way, from what I understand, and Union Carbide put the property up for sale. Fortunately, Mr. Frazier, in his vision, purchased it and developed it.
I don't care much about the wealth, and I don't have much against that. But running people that born and raised there off and taking what they got. I know that's what be right. No way in the world that could be right. Somebody come running me out my house in a phony way. That wouldn't be right. Every time we build a house, they come and want it. And take that 4 hours back there, over 100 acres of land back down there was the way you see all the jungle park. All back down there, all that was our land. My generation had owned this end of the island all the way back to the bridge, down there. Until them people come in and beat them out to the right. He took the property and well, we didn't know no better.
This was always a slaving territory. Lewis Street, that comes down to the main street of American Beach, was originally surveyed as the property line for the Harrison family. Harrison Plantation had 90 to 100 slaves. When you look at Lewis Street, this is a black community, not just finding some unoccupied piece of land, but taking over the land that was the place where the same people that founded the Afro were subjugated. The Afro's founding clerk, Mary Magdalene White, was raised by a woman named Clara White, who was a slave on this plantation.
I had always known that the family had had a plantation on Amelia Island, but I had never been here. as a child or young adult even, I learned that I was apparently named after the original owner of the plantation, Captain Samuel Harrison. Accidentally drove down Lewis Street one day and discovered American Beach and really didn't know anything about it, but it was such a unique place that I had to start looking into it. And I did, and soon discovered that more than likely some, at least, of the residents of American Beach were possibly descendants of the slaves that had worked at Harrison Plantation, which turns out to be true. I'm still learning about Franklintown. I know that the original descendants of the folks who worked the plantation are the people who started Franklintown. The move that the residents of Franklintown had to make each time, I think, is pretty indicative of the way that corporate America has treated those who are not part of their plan. They were moved several times before they ended up here. The folks in American Beach are still under pressure, from both sides because it's such prime property.